Blake Lively declared that her best friend, Taylor Swift, was with me on this experience the whole time.
She was with me throughout this whole process.
Justin Baldoni dropped a bombshell, revealing that both Blake Lively and Taylor Swift were involved in casting Isabela Ferrer.
I was casting, and I had actually brought in and showed her casting tape to Blake and Taylor, and they were both like, yes, her.
Ferrer admitted that Swift was a helpful part of the process during her audition.
Taylor may have had some influence in getting
Yes, she was a helpful part of the process of the audition.
In a shocking turn, Taylor Swift strongly denied all allegations.
There's a certain amount that comes with it that I can't stop from happening enough to sort of block out the things that I can.
Distancing herself from the legal drama involving Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively. In a shocking turn of events, Taylor Swift has finally broken her silence, stepping into the center of a Hollywood firestorm that no one saw coming. What began as a simple licensing deal for her song My Tears Ricochet in the trailer of It Ends With Us has now erupted into a full-blown legal battle. Swift, who had previously denied any involvement beyond her musical contribution, is now caught in the heart of a $400 million lawsuit between Blake Lively and director Justin Baldoni. Is Taylor telling the truth when she says she had no involvement in the movie? Or is there something going on behind the scenes and she's lying? Because as explosive interviews resurface featuring Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and Isabela Ferrer, each insisting that Swift was deeply involved in the entire filmmaking process, the carefully crafted narrative starts to fall apart. The question is Taylor Swift lying about her involvement in the movie? What is Taylor Swift really hiding? Did Taylor Swift play a bigger role than she's letting on? Where does the truth end? And when does all the drama start with Taylor? Stay tuned. This Hollywood storm is just getting started.
I have to understand that, like, there are incredible perks that come with this life. There are also really heavy pressures that come with this life, and you just have to try to balance them. I see my life hopefully getting to a place where I can evolve and change. You're getting a call in the morning that says, you know, the tabloids are writing this today. I can't help it if there's a guy with a long lens camera.
Hollywood just got messier when Taylor Swift was dragged into the Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni lawsuit over the movie It Ends With Us.
Taylor Swift subpoenaed in the Justin Baldoni-Blake Lively lawsuit. The superstar's legal team issuing a blistering response.
Despite only licensing her hit song My Tears Ricochet for the trailer. But how did the pop superstar end up at the center of a $400 million legal storm?
Taylor Swift was specifically named.
I was going to ask you, are you responsible for getting that Taylor song in the trailer?
I mean, you know.
That puts Taylor Swift right in the middle of this case in terms of what she may know.
Pop icon Taylor Swift is hitting back after being dragged into the Blake Lively-Justin Baldoni legal battle. After being subpoenaed, Swift's representative slammed the move as a transparent attempt to use Taylor's name to create tabloid clickbait instead of focusing on the facts of the case. Swift has not been accused of any wrongdoing, and her team is calling the subpoena irrelevant and exploitative. She was sent legal notice by Baldoni's lawyer, Brian Friedman, as a witness.
You are going to depose Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, who else?
Anyone.
That's Taylor Swift. She was there.
She was there for that meeting. That can provide evidence in this case is going to be deposed.
Just days after the pop star spoke out. In response, Swift's rep told DailyMail.com Taylor Swift never set foot on the set of this movie. She was not involved in any casting or creative decisions. She did not score the film. She never saw an edit or made any notes on the film. She did not even see It Ends With Us until weeks after its public release, and was traveling around the globe during 2023 and 2024, headlining the biggest tour in history. A Swift spokesperson says Friday, in response to the subpoena for Baldoni's crew. They added, the connection Taylor had to this film was permitting the use of one song, My Tears Ricochet. Given that her involvement was licensing a song for the film, which 19 other artists also did, this document subpoena is designed to use Taylor Swift's name to draw public interest by creating tabloid clickbait instead of focusing on the facts of the case. While Swift firmly denies having any involvement in casting or creative decisions, claiming her role was limited to simply licensing a song, an explosive press interview resurfaced in which Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, and Isabela Ferrer all emphatically stated that Swift played a key role in the production. The interview clips spread like wildfire, adding fuel to an already blazing Hollywood controversy.
We have to do this right, we have to get this right, or anything like that?
I mean, I internalized that as opportunity. Like, we had such a responsibility to this audience to deliver something and to have the opportunity to...
Lively's interview on CBS Mornings in August resurfaced, in which she claimed that Swift contributed to the production process. Lively said to Gayle King that, honestly, she was with me on this experience the whole time, all throughout it, so she really lived this with me, the mother of 4 claimed. She's a person who shows up for you, and I'm so grateful to have that love and support. When Gayle King asked whether Lively approached Swift to use her track My Tears Ricochet, or if her friend had offered it herself, Lively replied, "She was with me throughout this whole process, and I think, for better or worse, she experienced the whole thing with me."
The other thing I really liked about the movie is the music. Tears Ricochet, everybody knows you and Taylor are best pals. So did you go to her and say, would you do something, or did she see the movie and say, please use this song?
I mean, she was
so perfect.
She was with me throughout this whole process. So I think that, for better or worse, she was, experienced the whole thing with me. So.
The actress said, "It was actually Sony that put it in the trailer, and we worked really closely on the trailer and went back and forth, and we were so proud of the trailer before we released it, and we hoped people liked it."
When it came time to put the song in the movie, it was actually Sony that put it in the trailer, and we worked really closely on the trailer and went back and forth, and we were so proud of the trailer before we released it, and we hoped people liked it.
Lively, who has been friends with Swift since 2015, went on to explain that the film had a relatively small budget, so nobody expected to be able to put one of her songs in the movie. But once they did, Lively said it delivered a moment of emotional gravitas that was previously missing.
It was so perfectly played in the movie, too.
Yeah, but when the trailer came out, we were like, oh no, we have to put it in the movie. But this was actually, it's quite a small budget movie.
Oh, you added the song after the trailer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big, beautiful summer movie, but it's actually like a pretty intimate movie. So we never thought, like, our eyeballs were not that big to think that we could, put one of her songs in the movie. And it had to be. And there was a moment in the movie that it was missing this like emotional gravitas and like.
In a stunning twist, resurfaced interviews revealed that director Justin Baldoni and actress Isabela Ferrer credit the pop superstar with playing a pivotal role in Ferrer's casting, pulling Swift even deeper into the heart of the controversy. A past interview with Access Hollywood, Baldoni revealed that he cast Ferrer as the younger version of Blake Lively's character, Lily, not only for their striking resemblance, but for what he called her undeniable talent.
When you have somebody as beloved and as recognizable as Blake, the only way it can really work is if you have somebody that resembles her. So we did a TikTok search. We looked through thousands of women and tapes, and we had lookalikes submit who had never acted before. And then I found Isabela, our wonderful casting director, sent me her tape, and I watched it, and I remember asking, did she put that mole there in that place? And if you look at her at the right angle, it's a spitting image. More than just the resemblance, she is a phenomenal actress. And this was her first film.
But that wasn't all. I'd actually brought in and showed her casting tape to Blake and Taylor, and they were both like, yes, her, Baldoni revealed. And that's a true story.
Taylor Swift helped her get the role, signed off on her audition tape.
I was casting, and I had actually brought in and showed her casting tape to Blake and Taylor, and they were both like, yes, her. And that's a true story.
Ferrer, for her part, backed up the claim while speaking to Extra at the film's premiere, admitting that Swift had some influence in her landing the role.
Taylor may have had some influence in getting
Yes, she did.
I don't even know if I'm supposed to be saying it, but I'm saying it, Ferrer admitted with hesitation. Yeah, she was a helpful part of the process of the audition, which I found out later after I got it, and that rocked my world. I have no words.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know if I'm meant to be saying it, but I'm saying it. Yeah, she was a helpful part of the process of the audition, which I found out later after I got it, and that rocked my world. Yeah. I have no words.
Swift's involvement in the film didn't stop there. Despite these revelations, sources have attempted to downplay Swift's role in the film's production, particularly amid Baldoni and Lively's ongoing legal battle. Some reports even suggest that the Lover singer may have been misled by those involved.
I would always like to keep people on their toes in that regard. I think that's the best way to be exciting.
Earlier this year, reports surfaced that Swift was taking a step back from her friendship with Lively after feeling like she was used as an intimidation tactic by the actress in a lawsuit she never wanted to be embroiled in. But it all started when Blake Lively referred to Swift as one of her dragons in text messages to Baldoni, a phrase taken from Game of Thrones. This seemingly innocent mention led to Swift being subpoenaed, sparking a media frenzy.
It's like kind of like this alliance that is, you never know what it's going to be.
Her small involvement in the film was now being questioned, and the case took a dramatic shift towards celebrity influence in Hollywood. Taylor Swift was dragged into the heart of a fiery legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Baldoni accused Lively of using Swift's name as a tool of intimidation during a high-stakes meeting with Ryan Reynolds. The explosive confrontation, a heated debate over edits to a crucial rooftop scene in It Ends With Us, where Lively allegedly used Swift's influence to bend the conversation in her favor. In his $400 million lawsuit filed in January, Justin Baldoni claimed Taylor Swift's surprise appearance made him feel forced to comply with Blake Lively's script changes, turning collaboration into intimidation. Lively later seemed to threaten Baldoni, comparing herself to Game of Thrones Khaleesi and calling Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift her dragons, a clear display of her power. The uncool and unnecessary comment was reportedly the breaking point for Swift, who had never intended to attend the meeting. However, she showed up at Lively's New York penthouse only to find the tension still simmering. For now, she's stepping back from Blake, a source revealed. She doesn't want to be further entangled in this chaos. She's already involved far more than she ever wanted to be. Taylor shouldn't even be involved in this mess, the source continued. She only went to visit Blake and Ryan under the assumption the meeting would be over by the time she arrived. Khaleesi, or Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones, is known for her descent into madness and vengeance after suffering immense trauma and loss. A second insider added, Taylor has politely distanced herself from the chaos. She's deeply conscious of her public image and absolutely hates that she's even been dragged into this.
I remember not going to after parties. I went home and I cried a little bit, and I got In-N-Out Burger and ate a lot.
In Baldoni's explosive lawsuit, he claims that Lively issued an ultimatum, threatening to withhold approval of the film trailer unless she was granted additional time to work on a cut of the movie with her own personal editor. Baldoni claimed that Lively threatened to change her mind about reaching out to Taylor Swift to secure the use of her hit 2020 track My Tears Ricochet, using it as leverage in a tense power play. Baldoni alleged that Lively attempted to exploit her close friendship with Swift, using it as a powerful bargaining chip to ensure her demands were met. Approved the song. She, of course, just reached out, saying she's asking for time with her editor. We know it was conditional on signing the contract, but asking if you'll reconsider so can release this trailer and Blake doesn't change her mind, recalling Taylor Swift. Baldoni claimed they reluctantly gave in to her demands, fearing the consequences in order to keep the production moving forward. The exchange reportedly occurred in May 2024, adding another layer of complexity to the already explosive situation. Lively and Swift were last spotted together in Rhode Island in August 2024, a rare sighting that fueled even more speculation. Prior to that, the two were photographed in October on a double date with Reynolds and Swift's boyfriend Travis. Kelsey, in the heart of Manhattan, an unexpected moment of unity amidst the brewing storm. Just 2 months later, Lively filed an explosive complaint with the California Civil Rights Department, accusing Baldoni of sexual harassment and creating a toxic set environment on It Ends With Us. The New York Times dropped a bombshell story accusing Baldoni of orchestrating a smear campaign against her. Baldoni, who is also suing the Times for defamation, claimed Lively hijacked the filming of the movie as he attempted to blow her allegations to smithereens. Swift, whose song My Tears Ricochet was part of the soundtrack, got caught up in the drama when Baldoni fired back with a $400 million countersuit against Lively and Reynolds, accusing the couple of trying to ruin his reputation. In her filing, the actress revealed that a meeting was held at her home in January 2024 to address the hostile work environment that nearly sabotaged production, where they discussed in detail the inappropriate conduct she and others endured at Baldoni's hands. However, Baldoni's suit paints a different picture, claiming he was summoned alongside a Sony executive to discuss her rewrite of a rooftop scene, only for Reynolds to launch into enthusiastic praise for Lively's version. To make matters worse, they were joined by her mega celebrity friend, who allegedly pressured him further. Baldoni seemed to drop a subtle reference to Swift in a text message about Lively's controversial adjustments to the now infamous Rooftop. Seen in It Ends With Us, which was included in his January filing. Was working on Rooftop scene today. I really love what you did. It really does help a lot. Makes it so much more fun and interesting. And I would have felt that way without Ryan and Taylor. Baldoni's text read alongside a winking face emoji. You really are a talent across the board. Really excited and grateful to do this together. In Lively's alleged response, she replied, "That's very appreciated and means a lot. I'm deeply inspired by the films, and we're gonna make outside of the success of the book. We have such an opportunity to not surprise people who love the book, but reach an even bigger audience by making an undeniably dynamic and also commercial film." Baldoni later referenced a mysterious mega celebrity believed to be Swift, as Lively grew frustrated with his refusal to accept her changes to the Rooftop scene. In an intense message, Lively allegedly wrote, "Of course, it didn't feel great for me or another mega celebrity friend and Ryan Reynolds to have my passion praised, but not my specific contribution. Despite the escalating drama, insiders insist that Taylor Swift wants nothing to do with the case. However, a separate source revealed to us in January that the tension has not torn apart her bond with Lively. There's absolutely no truth to claims that this has strained their friendship," the insider exclusively revealed. They're still incredibly close, stronger than ever. But now, the question hangs in the air. Is Taylor Swift being truthful about her limited involvement, or is there a deeper behind-the-scenes role she's deliberately keeping under wraps? Why did Taylor Swift deny being involved in the movie so strongly? Is Taylor Swift lying about her involvement in It Ends With Us? While she claims her role was limited to licensing her song for the soundtrack, others, including Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, suggest that she had a more significant influence on the film's production, including casting decisions and creative changes. The conflicting accounts have sparked speculation about the extent of her involvement, leaving the question of whether she's being entirely truthful still unanswered. The drama escalates when Lively refers to Swift as one of her dragons in a text, dragging Swift into a legal battle. Justin Baldoni, in a $400 million lawsuit, claims Lively used Swift's influence to pressure him into accepting changes to the film, particularly to a crucial Rooftop scene. In the wake of the drama, sources close to Swift have insisted that she is distancing herself from the mess. Despite being caught up in a whirlwind of allegations, Swift reportedly does not want to be further entangled in the legal chaos. A separate source also revealed that her bond with Lively remains strong, denying any claims of a rift between the two, despite the tension caused by the lawsuit. As the lawsuits continue and the media frenzy intensifies, the central question remains: how much influence did Taylor Swift truly have in the making of It Ends With Us? Was her involvement limited to the licensing of her song, or was her role in the film's production more significant than she's letting on? With conflicting accounts from those involved, it's likely we will continue to hear more as this drama unfolds in the public.